Then on the inner loop of the Beltway, in the local lanes at 295, all lanes are blocked with an overturned tractor trailer. Through lanes are open. Traffic in the locals is forced onto 295. If you have not made the decision as of yet heading south at St. Barnabas Road, stick with the through lanes. We also have the northbound lanes of the George Washington Parkway still closed between Spout Run and the Beltway. All traffic is diverted at Spout Run. Southbound lanes are open, but apparently that ramp to 123 virtually impassable. The Rock Creek Parkway and Beach Drive remain closed in both directions. Their length, again, icy conditions. Issues now in Opal, southbound 29, south of Warrenton at Route 17. Accident activity with the overturned tractor trailer. Southbound lanes are blocked, northbound lanes open. Dealing with complex divorce issues? The attorneys at Sean Bach can help build a strong case so you can build your new life. Visit SHOUN.com. Jack Taylor, WTOP Traffic.
Hey there, Lauren Ricketts. So, it looks like it may be moving out a bit here.
Yes, it is, and that's what we're expecting as we continue through about from 8 to 11 o'clock this morning, continuing to lighten up and move out. Now, with that being said, we're still seeing some heavy snow once again, and it's continued like this since I got in this morning at about 4 a.m. It's continuing to fall through Montgomery County, also through Frederick County, Maryland, the heaviest stuff, perhaps 3 inches per hour, and some of those heavy snow bands. And I just tweeted out our latest snow crawl map for the radar, and also it's on WTOP.com. But, you know, we're continuing to see this move on out of here as we go through the morning hours. So the heaviest stuff, what you saw earlier this morning, really not going to see that as we go into the afternoon. It's going to be more light to moderate, or perhaps you're not even going to see any flakes or sleet fly around in some of our locations, mainly down to the south. Now, that doesn't mean to say that we're not going to see any later on. By the time we head to this evening, I would say about after 4, that's when we're going to see our next round of precipitation move through. Mostly snow in this case, and just some minor additional accumulation. Nothing like the totals that we've had during the overnight hours, but we could see it as the storm system starts to cool away. Everything should be out of here well before midnight. And then as we continue through the overnight hours, we will refreeze, but we're going to make it to near 40 degrees for tomorrow. And guys, temperatures still holding steady in the mid-30s in the D.C. area, and then off to the north and west into the 20s, 25 in Nassau, 30 in Gaithersburg, 27 in Frederick.
All right, Lauren, thank you so much. It's 8:22, and we want to get an update for you on the situation with public transportation this morning. Let's bring Dan Stessel with Metro back in now to give us an update. Dan, good morning. How are things moving? I know you've been trying to keep the rail going while the buses are suspended.
Yes, good morning again, Mike. Rail service continues to operate. We do have, right now just a few delays on the red line, the result of an earlier disabled train at Silver Spring. But other than that, trains are running across the system from end to end at about 6-minute intervals. And the reason we're doing that, as we mentioned earlier, is not because we want people to come out in this kind of weather or because ridership demand is that high, but it's because running trains is the best way for us to keep snow from accumulating on the tracks themselves, and that will let us recover more quickly once the storm finally does move out. Metrobus service remains suspended until further notice. There are no Metrobuses operating anywhere in the region right now, and that's due to the road conditions. We want to give road crews an opportunity to get out these conditions before we put buses back on the street. What I would imagine you'll see happen is that you'll see some limited restoration of service at some point when it's safe to do so on just the major arteries. But we'll have more information on that as we go into the mid-day today. And Metro access is suspended all day today.
Dan, are you seeing any challenges on the outdoor or at the outdoor rail stations?
We're seeing some challenges related to the third rail, the snow accumulations we talked about earlier. When the snow gets to that magnitude, it can start impacting the third rail. It's not evenly distributed across the metro system, but the places where we're seeing that kind of snowfall total where it could start to be a concern for us as we go through the next couple of hours would be on the far north end of the red line, in other words, the segment out toward Chase Road, and the far western end of the orange line out toward Vienna. Those two areas are what we're watching pretty closely right now. The other parts that are outdoors, no problem at all. We don't expect that there'll be any even consideration of a suspension of service, like down toward Franconia, down toward Branch Avenue. They're going to be fine. But we are keeping an eye on the upper red line and the outer orange line at this time.
I know you can't give us an hour when bus service might be restored, but can you give us a sense of what conditions you're looking for when bus service could be restored?
Yeah, it's based on, earlier the decision was pretty easy. It was based on the weather conditions, but now it's really based on the road conditions. And we have dozens of street supervisors, those folks in the white SUVs that everyone sees around town. They are actually driving the routes in the 4x4s, monitoring and reporting back those road conditions to the Bus Operations Control Center, so that we can make informed decisions about when some of these major arteries might be able to be brought back online.
Very good. Dan Stessel with Metro. Thanks so much.
My pleasure.
We've got Tucker just ahead, 8:24.
The Cybersecurity Report is brought to you by University of Maryland, University College.
Wall Street's Financial Industry Regulation Authority is looking into measures that brokerages are taking to protect their businesses and customers against cyber threats. FINRA, which conducts periodic sweeps or targeted checks on Wall Street brokerages, says it's conducting the review in part because of the growing threat to information technology systems from a variety of sources.
Secure your future with a bachelor's or master's degree in cybersecurity, available entirely online from University of Maryland, University College. Their programs have been specially developed by experts from government and private industry, so you'll get the real-world skills you need for your career. Plus, UMUC is designated as a National Center of Academic Excellence in Information Assurance Education by NSA and DHS. University of Maryland, University College. Call 800-888-UMUC or visit umUC.edu/cybersecurity.
Money news every half hour at 25 and 55 on WTOP.
It's 8:25. Here's that money news. Tucker Eccles from the Washington Business Journal.
Like Warren Buffett had a stake in the Washington Post for more than 4 decades. If the paper sold, he's interested in the company's some other businesses, talking with what is now called Graham Holdings about a swap of his $1.1 billion stake for perhaps some of the other operations, and those operations include TV stations and Kaplan Education. Well, Comcast, already a giant in the cable universe, getting even larger, buying Time Warner Cable for more than $45 billion. Done good things for Time Warner stock this morning. It's up 10%. Overall, futures are down. The S&P contract dropping 11. Read more about Warren Buffett and his stake in Graham Holdings at WashingtonBusinessJournal.com. I'm Tucker. What's on WTOP?
Okay, Tucker, coming up here in WTOP, airplanes are all grounded by this storm, too. We'll have an update for you in minutes. It's 8:26.
A pen is just a pen. But in the hands of Shakespeare or Mozart, something incredible happens. The same applies in medicine. CyberKnife is a non-invasive way to treat cancer, but it's only extraordinary in the most qualified hands, like those at Inova Fairfax Hospital, #1 in the region, according to U.S. News and World Report. Inova, join the future of health. Call 703-776-8225 or visit inova.org/cyberknife to learn more.
Save up to 60% during the Mattress Warehouse President's Day sale, carrying everything from $99 mattresses to the super luxurious Heirloom and Tempur-Pedic. Get unbeatable savings with queen and king-size memory foam mattresses starting at $199. Free Dyson vacuum or Kindle Fire HD with select purchases. Visit your Mattress Warehouse or sleephappens.com for more. Mattress Warehouse, where sleep happens. If you like your jazz swinging, then swing over to Strathmore for a couple of great concerts by Jazz Chris. Sunday, February 16th at 7 p.m., it's the master musicians of the Newport Jazz Festival with decades of jazz mojo to share. And Sunday, February 23rd at 4 p.m., it's the legendary Count Basie Orchestra featuring New York voices, swinging and scatting as only these stars can. Check out video and order your tickets now online at strathmore.org.
Good morning, 8:28.
103.5 WTOP Radio. Traffic and weather on the 8s and when it breaks.
Still have our big issues. If you do not have to be out on the roadway, please do not. Interloop of the Beltway in Prince George's County. 2 problems moving south of 50, the John Hanson Highway to the Woodrow Wilson Bridge. First at Branch Avenue, the crash with the overturned tractor trailer. Left lane squeezes by the ramp to Branch Avenue block. Coming from Branch onto the Interloop, that is open. Then on the Interloop at 295 in the local lanes, all lanes are blocked. Traffic diverted onto northbound 295. Through lanes remain open. Southbound traffic on 295 can get onto the Interloop in the local lanes. Reporting an accident now on the Interloop of the Beltway Headed up north toward 270 on the spur up near Democracy Boulevard. May have a crash there. Rock Creek Parkway, Beach Drive, both remain closed in both directions. Icy conditions. Northbound lanes of the George Washington Parkway blocked at Spout Run. Multiple issues headed north of the overlooks up toward 123. Southbound lanes are open. Helping us to give you the most accurate traffic reports, WTOP traffic spotters are provided by Fitzgerald Automobiles. Jack Taylor, WTOP traffic.
Heaviest snow will start to taper off late this morning through central and north Maryland and western and north suburbs of the D.C. area. And we'll also see a light to moderate mixture of snow and sleet east of I-95 as we continue through the morning hours. We'll also get a break in this snow. Now, as we head into the evening hours, another round of snow as the system begins to cool out. It should all be out of here long before midnight. But we also see the winds and low visibilities as we continue through the day today. What updated on the clock on WTOP on ABC 7's Warren Ricketts.
Well, it's still snowing in Frederick this morning, 26 degrees there, and they're calling that heavy snow. But light ice at Dulles Airport at 24 degrees. The winds are going to begin to issue. They're gusting 16, 20 miles an hour now. It's 32 degrees outside the Glass and Closner Center at 8:30.
From Richmond to Baltimore, from the Chesapeake to the Shenandoah.
Rooking down plow truck.
WTOP News, traffic, weather, on air, online, mobile. 103.5 FM, 102.9 FM, 107.7 FM, worldwide on WTOP.com.
And good morning, I'm Mike Moss.
And I'm Joan Jones. Mike Chikaitis is at the editor's desk, and just ahead on WTOP, your Stormwatch station.
Did you find your car this morning under all that snow?
Well, if not, don't worry. You don't need to be in it. The roads are terrible.
The WTOP Road Patrol surveying the damage in the hardest hit areas. All major schools are closed.
The federal government also has declared it a snow day.
Well, the Wizards wish they were closed last night, but they lost as they played down in Houston.
And it's 8:31.
18 inches of snow has fallen already in Damascus, Maryland, and in Winchester, Virginia, they've had 15 inches of snow. This is by far the biggest snow we have had in about 4 years in the D.C. area. Snow drifts have, in some cases, gotten to about close to a foot. The roads are a dangerous place this morning, as you might expect. Several accidents. Many people have found themselves stuck in snow that is just too deep to get out of.
And as promised, our WTOP reporters are out on road patrol this morning. WTOP's Dave Dildine is in Reston.
Absolutely incredible snowfall rates here in northern Virginia in Reston, where I am closing in on a foot and rapidly accumulating with heavy snow and visibility at times going way below a quarter of a mile when the winds kick up. All roads here are snow-covered. The plows.
Jesus Christ, Arlington, get your act together.
And smaller neighborhood streets, they're focusing their attention on the primary routes, struggling to even keep those passable. From Reston, on Road Patrol, Dave Dildine, WTOP News.
Well, the road conditions are just terrible. They are dangerous, in fact, with heavy snow still falling in a few areas. Road crews have certainly had their hands full. VDOT spokeswoman Joan Morris tells us their trucks are out, but it's impossible to keep up with it all.
The roads are not going to be getting better anytime soon, and again, it's not for lack of salt trucks and plows out there. It's just going to be miserably difficult for us to keep up with it.
Now, the first end of this storm is beginning to wind here, but we'll see more. Another band of snow is poised to come through the evening, and that could add another couple of inches.
Thousands of flights have been canceled nationwide because of this storm, and the area airports are no exception.
All airline flights are canceled this morning.
BWI Marshal spokesman Jonathan Dean.
At this point, we do expect some airline operations to resume midday or this afternoon.
Of course, Reagan National and Dulles have problems too. In fact, Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority spokesman Christopher Paulino tells us both airports are closed for now.
So all runways at both Reagan and Dulles, the snow accumulation coming down just too quickly and too much drifting snow. So runways are closed at the moment. Crews are still out there looking to get ahead of the accumulation and try and get them back open.
Best advice, even when more flights can go, check with your airline for information specific to your flight. At the 24-hour storm desk, Bruce Allen, WTOP News.
Now, a lot of snow, of course, means a lot of shoveling for us, and WTOP's Brendan Hazelton is digging out, or at least he's trying to.
I tell you, this shoveling snow stuff is not for sissies. You're either too hot or too cold. There's snow leaking down my boots. And I'm one of the biggest sissies of all. And I suppose still have 75% left to go.
Poor Brennan. He's doing okay this morning, however, and we're happy to say that he'll recover fine.
You know what? I hope he doesn't get too tired, because I was going to ask him if he could help with my driveway.
Got to pay him a little bit, though, you know. 8:34 now, and WTOP's John Aaron's checking on conditions in Montgomery County.
This sucks. Roads are slick to begin with, but making things more dangerous, large patches of deep, unplowed snow right in the path of drivers.
I just watched a guy hit the median up there and spun out real hard.
Chauncey Vreeland had stopped to help another driver stuck in a merge lane near Route 28. Luckily for that driver, Vreeland operates a tow truck back home in Wisconsin, where he's headed. On Road Patrol in Montgomery County, John Aaron, WTOP News.
Well, coming up, we'll get the latest for you on what's happening on the roads. Of course, we're going to take a look very closely at how much more snow we're going to get. Thankfully, it appears that the first wallop of this snow is winding down, and just a little bit more tonight is possible. That's pretty good. If you're still in it right now, though, hang on. The end is near. It's 8:35. IT efficiencies in business and government, brought to you by Cox Business.
The State Department has a message. If you're traveling to Sochi, expect to get hacked. But hacking can happen to travelers anywhere. To protect your traveling staff, Amy Rutt of IT company Seracom recommends being sure to update your operating systems and apps before you head out. Remove or encrypt any sensitive data that may be on your laptop. Finally, change your passwords daily while you're on the road. For the Washington Business Journal, I'm Jennifer News-Conner.
Sign number 53, you're having a business crisis. Your telecommunication provider wants to grow with your business. Of course, they'd be just as happy to grow without it. Sound about right? Then switch to Cox Business. Our account teams tailor-fit our services to your mid-sized business, like communication systems updates to increase productivity and control costs. Get Cox Business and end the business crisis. Set up your free consultation at coxbusinessva.com. All rights reserved.
Good morning, it's 8:36.
Chances are you don't recognize the name, but you've known us for decades. Evolved from SAIC, Leidos is a new company with a 44-year history of solving the most challenging cyber problems. Our expertise in predictive analytics defends against threats in real time before damage occurs. Today, past solutions and vigilance aren't enough. It takes a new perspective. Learn more. Visit leidos.com/cyber.
Oh, this is cool.
What? No idea what the city is doing.
Post real estate section?
Yeah.
You're still reading that? We just bought a new house.
Nostalgia.
Seriously?
Oh, there's good stuff in here, even if you're not in the market.
Like
remodeling tips, hot neighborhoods, and oh my.
What?
This house of the week. We gotta buy it. Call our realtor.
You can't be serious.
Had you going, didn't I?
No.
Pretty cool house, though.
Stop it.
Don't miss the Spring Home Guide with tips on neighborhoods, market conditions, and design trends in Saturday's Washington Post.
Coming up here on WTOP, shoveling this snow can be a little difficult on your heart. We'll go live with a cardiologist to let you know what some of those dangers are. Also, we're checking traffic and weather next, 8:37.
Homeland Security Report, provided by Leidos Senior VP, Julie Taylor.
In today's cybersecurity market, the best we can determine is if a network is being attacked or was attacked at some point in the past. To solve this problem, the market is moving toward predictive analytics and automated behavior analysis so the network operators can gain advanced knowledge of threats. This enables real-time correlation of data from outside and inside the network, providing actionable information to stop attacks before they do damage.
Chances are you don't recognize the name, but you've known us for decades. Evolved from SAIC, Leidos is a new company with a 44-year history of solving the most challenging cyber problems. Our expertise in predictive analytics defends against threats in real time before damage occurs. Today, past solutions and vigilance aren't enough. It takes a new perspective. Learn more. Visit leidos.com/cyber.
Happy snowy Thursday. It's 8:38.
103.5 WTOP Radio. Traffic and weather on the 8th and when it breaks.
Well, a lot of the roadways now at this point have been treated very, very well. You can actually see pavement, according to callers who are driving on many stretches of the Beltway. But please, the reminder, do not overdrive the conditions. And if you have the ability not to head out this early morning, that's probably the better thing to do. We have a couple issues in Maryland. On the inner loop of the Beltway at Branch Avenue, the crash. Left lane squeezes by The ramp to Branch Avenue blocked. Coming on from Branch Avenue onto the inner loop, that is open. However, ahead of you on the inner loop at 295 in the local lanes, the accident overturned tractor-trailer. All lanes blocked. The through lanes are open. Traffic in the local lanes must exit northbound onto 295. Southbound travel to 295 can get onto the inner loop local lanes well beyond the scene of the crash. Rock Creek Parkway remains closed, as does Beach Drive. Both their lengths due to icy conditions. Similar situation. Hearing now reports maybe these vehicles on the George Washington Parkway. Finn tells me now Park Police have notified us all lanes now open. Southbound had been open for a while. Northbound now you can get past Spout Run. That had been a diversion point. All earlier activity up near the overlooks in 123 have now cleared. That is great news. Please, again, be careful. No matter what the weather, Mercedes-Benz 4MATIC all-wheel drive has you covered. See the entire lineup of 4MATIC vehicles and visit MBUSA.com to find your local authorized dealer. Jack Taylor, WTOP Traffic.
Well, now for the last hour or so, Lauren's been shooing the snow out of here. Get out of here, and you're doing a fine job. When's it all gone?
All gone by the time we head into the evening hours. Now, with that being said, I'm saying the system is going to be gone by the time we head into the evening hours. We're going to get a break, and a lot of our southern tier of our listening area seeing a break right now. It's not over yet, but the heaviest snow is, and the heaviest accumulations are starting to be over, especially for Montgomery County and also Howard County, that have gotten pounded over the last several hours with some snow coming down that way. But we're starting to see the dry air work its way in from the south. So Manassas, Haymarket, Culpeper, Luray, Stafford, Fredericksburg, all drying out. Charles County and southern Maryland drying out as well. So we'll get a lull in the precipitation. It'll go light in some spots, mainly north and west of town, so we won't have the heavy snow. We already have reached most of the heavy snow totals that we're going to see. We could have some additional accumulation as we head into the evening hours, and it starts up again, I would say, after 4 o'clock. That's when we'll see this storm system really revving up to get out of here. But as it does, it's going to pull some cold air back into it, into the mid-Atlantic and right into our region. And so it'll kick up that snow machine once again. So we will start to see some snow showers as we head into the evening hours. Winter storm warnings are placed. Those are until 5 a.m. They'll probably let go a little early. And also winter weather advisories for D.C. and Southeast. And that's because that last little piece of energy coming through later on this evening. Just some minor additional accumulation on what we already have. And what we already have is into the 12 feet, oh my gosh, could you imagine?
Yeah, I was just at the window. I was straddling, ready to jump. I can't believe when you said 12
I almost heard everybody just hang up at once and turn theirs off. It was, 12 inches, 13 inches, 14 inches, guys, mainly north and west of the D.C. area. We're seeing right now a mix, but again, as I said, that's starting to come to an end, guys.
All right, Lauren, thanks so much. 12 inches, 12 feet, whatever. It's got to be shoveled out, right? So with more than a foot of snow in some parts, and some of it very heavy from being a changeover to ice and rain, some folks are going to need to confront the challenge of removing it soon. Joining us live, Dr. Michael Chen, cardiologist at Washington Adventist and Shady Grove Adventist Hospitals. Good morning, doctor. Hey, listen, this is a heavy, wet snow in some parts of the area, and it could spell some major health concerns for the folks that go out there, right after they finish watching another hour of television. Now they got to get out there and go shovel that snow.
Yeah, so I would really recommend to your listeners, if you don't have to shovel the snow, don't shovel it. Snow shoveling plus cold weather can decrease your chance for a heart attack. And so it's really important to take it easy out there.
Oh, you got your kids home. That's sweet. Well, they're home from school. Everything's closed. When you say take it easy out there, is there an approach you can take if you have to shovel that you can, sort of like keep an eye on how you're doing, and what are you looking for in terms of signs that you may be in trouble?
I would recommend really just take light shovels of snow.
Look, I can park wherever I want. This is awesome!
Then, signs of trouble. If you do have any chest discomfort, take it easy, wait. If it's going on for more than 5 minutes, don't hesitate. Call 911. Snow shoveling can increase your chance of a heart attack in conjunction with cold weather, and we don't want you to be a victim of a heart attack.
Doctor, this is not an old person's issue.
Correct. Yeah, we see patients with young, old, any age can have heart attacks triggered by snow shoveling.
Although it's okay for my kids to shovel, isn't it?
They're certainly at lower risk for having a heart attack than you are. No offense intended.
And none taken.
None taken,
Yeah.
Doctor. Thank you so much. It's good advice. We need to keep it in mind, all of us here, regardless.